Good morning. As you can tell, I am camping this weekend, but I thought I would come on here and share some tips for mature skin. Obviously, I don't have mature skin. I'm in my 30s and yeah, and I don't quite have the skin there, but these tips can be used for any age. I just feel like I could share some additional tips for my mature ladies. Because some are a little bit scared to use the makeup, and I wanted to be able to share how they can accomplish it without like accentuating their the wrinkles or any other things, and how to help with all of that. So I'm gonna just do my regular makeup. This is not part of the tips. I'm gonna get to it in a second. I'm gonna just do my contour real quick. And my foundation. I brought all my brushes. Even though I'm in camping right now, I brought my brush and I have my little compact here. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do this. So do you guys love camping? I'm like all about camping. This is our first trip for camping this year because we're heading out of town with the camper next week, and we wanted to make sure that the camper was good. It's happened every single time, and I'm hoping I'm not gonna jinx it, but every single time we go out to camping, the first time that we go out, we always have like a water leak or yeah, usually a water leak. So it's always an issue. Okay, so I wish my eyes were better. I wish I could see better in my camera. And the lighting is not great. I'm using my camper lighting windows and it's not the best. Okay, so all I've applied right now is just my contour. Again, this is not part of the tips. All right. Okay, so let's start with tips. So one of the things that I think I get the most is like my wrinkles are accentuated and I want to kind of hide them. So here's 2 tips. So you can either go on I'm gonna pull out my brush. You can go on the natural side of it, which means using Demi, which is a color corrector, and it's not part of like the 3D. It's a little different. It looks like this, and this is called 03. I mean, no, 01. Back up. It's called 01, and it's an orange color, and what that means is it's like it cancels out blues. So if you have blue under eyes, this is like the one color that you would need. I'm gonna pull out a different mirror. I am not set up well. At my house, I have this like huge mirror that I put my my phone in, and then I can like talk to you guys, and that's why you always find me in my office. Okay, so I'm gonna do one side showing you 03, and then the other using our regular brightening highlight. You know, the one that we usually put, I always say, on our T-zone. So I'm gonna show you both. So with 01, you just pick up a tiny little bit of product, just a tiny little bit. It's always buildable. Just remember that you can always go back into it. So I'm going to show you this eye. So I need the natural light. So for this, you want to put that color just in the areas where you have accentuated blue colors, just on the inside. So it prevents with having too much products on the inner corner. So you can go back in. I'm going to use the other side of this brush. Just a little tiny bit on the inner corner, and then you put it on the outer corner right here. And I'm still using 01. Okay, so this is one way of doing it. So you're leaving kind of the center out. You can move the product just a little bit on the center, but it just like is like the more easier way. Will it work for blush purple under eye. So for purple, you might need a different color, so I can help you with that. Just message me. If you want to send me a color match photo, just stand in front of a regular window, just close all the lights behind you and just snap a picture. For Demi, just tilt your head down just a little bit so I can see your under eyes, and then I can tell you which color would work best for you. Okay, so for this side, we're going to use the brightening highlight, which is this color here. See how this is my main foundation, and then this is my brightening highlight. I'm going to pick up just a little bit with, I'm using the smaller end of the detail brush. And same thing, what you want to do is you want to put it on the inner corner right here. But here's the trick. When you go on the outer corner, you want to swipe up. Look at how lifted this looks. So, and then I'm going to give you a third trick that I wasn't planning on sharing. Just when you go here, instead of swiping, you're just going to dab this color in. So you're going to pick up from the inner corner, just dab it, and then same thing on the outer corner. Just keep dabbing, dab, dab, dab. No more swiping. There you go. So it gives the illusion of more lifted. So this will help with wrinkles underneath the eyes. So that's like, it's really like not setting the products in any wrinkles underneath the eyes. So you have like two different ways of doing it. You can go the natural way, or you can go a little bit more illuminated. So I'm going to just fix this eye. I am all about the 3D, and I love Demi just to use as an extra, but I am all about Demi. I mean 3D. I love the 3D makeup. Okay, so this is like two tips, either natural or more 3D. But again, just leave the center out and just dab, dab, dab. No swiping underneath the eye. Okay, so next tip is going to be blush. So when you pick up your blush, I'm going to show you two different ways. Okay, so this is one thing that I didn't notice. I didn't share enough. So this way is going to bring your features down, but with mature skin, you want to have it up higher. So you want to go up like almost at brow level, and you want to, I'm going to show you what this is going to really surprise you. So I'm going to use the BB brush. So you're just going to, again, dab, dab, dab. You don't want to swipe. Just dab, and then if you have it lower, it's going to bring your features down. I'm going to swipe on this one because I put a lot. But it's going to seem like your features down a little bit more. Well, if you put it up, it brings your features higher. So that's something you want to do. And if you find that you've put it a little bit higher, don't worry. Just go back into your main foundation. Just go back into your main foundation and just erase it. No worries there. Okay, you don't have to remove your entire makeup. You can just remove it. You can just like erase it. And then go back with a higher blush. And that will help with lifting your face. There you go. So it just really helps with lifting. Okay, so contour, fourth or fifth tip. I lost track. I'm just gonna keep going. So for contour, for me, contour, I put it right underneath my cheekbone. So I'm gonna show you if I put it again. So it goes like right here, right underneath that cheekbone. You wanna really like hit that bone right underneath it. That's where I put my contour because I'm still in my 30s. Still in my 30s, and so I don't need to like go really high on my contour. But when it comes to mature skin, you want to really give the illusion of lifting your facial, your definition, your skin. So what you want to do, instead of going right underneath your cheekbone, you want to go right on top of that cheekbone. So find that cheekbone and go right on the top of it. And then when you blend it, you want to blend it on the higher, like you want to go up higher. So do you see how my face looks like a lot more higher on this side? So that's because we're creating a shadow that is much higher. I just got a DM. Do I do sunscreen on top of my makeup, I think it said. And I think it's a great thing to just talk about right here. I don't do sunscreen on top of my makeup. I also don't do sunscreen under, which I should. There's certain sunscreen that you want to verify. You want to make sure that there's no silicone. If it's silicone based, you don't want to use it, especially with this makeup. It's going to make the illusion of separating your makeup. And so you don't want to use anything silicone. Just make sure you look at the ingredients. And I can suggest a few sunscreen. I'm really terrible at putting it on myself. I will be honest with that. But I know a lot of my friends are using a specific one and they absolutely love it. So back to this contour. See how this looks a lot more like higher than this? And so I actually like the look of this. You could keep blending. And then I do find that this is a little bit low, so I can go into my brightening and just like create this little swap. Just like that. Okay. So this is like a few little tips for mature skin. My last tip is the Beauty Blender, okay? So if you want to help with creasing, wrinkles, and things like that, this is little trick, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this little sponge, you're gonna go at a faucet, and you're gonna go like this, doop, 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 doop. And you're gonna let the water go in. Originally, this thing is like this small, okay? When you're gonna bring water in it, it's going to expand, so it's gonna get a lot bigger. So you're just like gonna go like this underneath the faucet until your sponge is so much bigger. Then from there, you're gonna squeeze it out. Like all the water from it, you're gonna squeeze it as much as you can. You're gonna grab a towel and then like this, you're gonna grab a towel and you're gonna squeeze it and squeeze it until it's not wet, because if it's wet, it's going to remove your makeup. So you really wanna squeeze it as much as possible. It's going to feel like, not like, it's like a little damp, okay? So then what you do, mine is dirty, I've used it. No judging, please. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna use the little cone head of the sponge and you're just going to press underneath your eyes. And that is going to remove any excess makeup that you have. So it's not going to crease at all. But if your sponge is too wet, so what I do is I typically go at the faucet and I do this before I do my entire makeup. Okay, my makeup takes about 3 minutes. It just gives a little bit extra time to not dry, but like remove a little bit of the wetness. And so what you do is you just dab that, no swiping, just dab it. Dab, dab, dab. Again, same thing. And you can use this as well to blend your entire makeup if you want. There's nothing wrong with that. It just takes a little bit more time sometimes. So if you're more in a rush, I wouldn't suggest it. But after you're done your makeup, you can go back and just remove. And this is like actually a good trick for the summer because, because with summer, cream reacts to heat. So sometimes we'll have a little bit extra makeup. You can just like dab, dab, dab. And if you have a hard time, keeping your makeup on during the summer, what you can use is a setting spray. And what you do is just spray that onto your Beauty Blender, just like that. It's going to be a little bit more wet. So I put a little too much. And then I just dab the setting spray with the Beauty Blender. And so that is going to help with keeping my makeup on for the entire day, even during the summer. So those were my 5 tips for mature skin. I hope that was helpful. If you need any help, just feel free to message me. Right on my page, I can message you back and answer any questions that you might have. But these are like little easy tips that you can use always with this makeup. So happy Saturday. Hope you guys enjoy some time with your family. And as always, I'm here if you need me. Bye.